Oh. I'm looking at stuff here. Give me a second. Ooh, okay. Okay. I think it's actually working this time. Oh my goodness. Oh, that actually makes me excited. Oh my gosh, last time I tried this, it absolutely didn't do anything correct on me. Oh, that makes me happy. Alright. Hello everybody, it's Last Chase here, welcoming you to something a bit different. I wanted to just do streaming stuff again just because I was like, yeah, sure, why not? I did it before. What's another time, right? Alright. Let's go clear out some of my inventory because I want to do that. Because we're not gonna need some of this stuff anyways. Maybe. We're gonna want that, especially near the end. I don't care about that. That could be useful. Alright. Just more cleaning out my inventory for what we are about to do. So. Every now and then, Explorer Guild assigns a trial like this to see who bites. It'll be rough, but it's also a good chance to test your skills. The challenge will begin at daybreak. Best of luck, kids. Alright. Now, like I said in the thumbnail, kind of, this is more just a chatting stream, just kind of catching up on things like that. I kind of decided at this point it's basically that. So, hopefully you don't mind. I did attempt to do this once before, and it went terribly, as YouTube just absolutely did nothing. It was lovely. I also do not care about any damage I take or anything of the sort. It's really not anything to worry about. If I really need to, it's more than easy to recover it. But yeah, like I said, this is going to be more just kind of me chatting and just kind of messing around for the 5 days. Yeah. So, what have I been up to in the past few weeks? It's been rough for me the past couple weeks. Work has been ever so lovely. You're like, yep, let's just have you do all of this and it'll be fine. Nothing wrong at all. And then weather decided to start getting absolutely insane on me. I love it whenever it does that, yeah. I love whenever I have like storms like 5 times in 2 weeks. Yep, it's great. Love it. I'll put it to full screen here in a second on that, since I won't need anything else. Oh, I can feel myself hitting the button so many times. Alright. Alright, before the challenge actually starts, we're just gonna do this. Any skill points? Okay. So, I'm not gonna add any skill points or anything of the sort. I'm just gonna go as is. Well, whenever the daylight starts, so. Like I've said before in the videos and whatnot, this is the easy way to do this challenge, is staying here for 5 days. But if that's Coward's way, we're going to do this in the legitimate way, what the game probably wants you to do, which is basically just a grinding session. Oh, but, yeah. Streaming for me is just kind of one of the... Streaming and recording is just kind of one of those little hobbies I've just been kind of slowly trying to get myself back into, and this stream's honestly been kind of cursed trying to get all this to work. YouTube was just acting up on me, and I think it's working fine now, or at least I'm inclined to believe it's working fine. You walk through the forest. For the next 5 days, you may not leave the basement 8th floor of the labyrinth. You mark on the scrap paper you brought. 5 days remaining. Alright, challenge begins. Now, that was the easy way to do it. You just do that for the 5 days. Who cares? This is the way I'm going to do it. I'm going to be here for the entire time. You can see what I'm going to happen after that. As you can see, I'm definitely way over leveled for this. It's just to get this done. This is the last real time I think the game forces anything like this. I don't remember if there's any others, but it's fine. Rather not faster than that, but whatever. But yeah, no, terrible weather's slowed me down in a lot of ways. Work has been ever so lovely. Yeah. Oh. But yeah, it feels good kind of doing this stuff again. I actually did do some other recordings, but they kind of didn't work for a few reasons. Well, it's because it wasn't really that exciting. It was just Apex stuff, but it's already changed seasons, so I don't see any reason to do anything with it. So I'm just like, oh, yeah, I don't really have a reason to do anything about that. It's fine. I always have recording sessions kind of fail sometimes, but, you know, it is what it is. If I do actually get a system back in for streaming again, I do have other things I would do. I bought quite a few games I was like, ooh, that would be fun for streams. Things like that. Does this come over up for something like that? I don't know. Just kind of more just keeping my thoughts in check here, baby, question mark. Who knows? I don't know. I meant to get back into this game. Honestly, I shouldn't. Oh, there were so many times where I should have just did other things. Work is fun whenever you kind of just do the whole, oh, you work and then, bah. And then it's like you try to do stuff after work, even though I did that today, and it's kind of working. Yeah, well. It is what it is. I think the better way for me to do it is, like, if I actually get time to do this and not get distracted by, like, other games and whatnot that I just wanted to play. Yeah, I was playing Octopath Traveler 2. Okay, you actually don't see... okay. I didn't realize if I had my Steam notifications on. Whoopsies! People are addicted to Final Fantasy 6. I mean, not 6. 14. Yeah. Yeah, I tried getting to Final Fantasy 14. I gave it a legitimate shot. I couldn't get into it. Oh well. Yeah, I think I've just kind of realized, like, now that I'm kind of like doing different things, like, yeah, just playing MMOs just really isn't for me. I think it's mostly just because it's such a time sink for everything, and I just don't have enough people who play those types of games anymore that I, you know, interact with that at this point. There's really no reason for me to play MMOs. Sadly, it's kind of one of those things. Those were definitely one of those things where it's like, I enjoyed it, but only with friends. And anything else I didn't ever really enjoy it with. So, I think it's kind of one of those just, it's because of the scenario nowadays for me. Eh. I also need to get way more consistent on, you know, my content creation. Again, I have kind of a schedule I was originally doing whenever I set this up originally, but that didn't work. Just looking at some of my old note, I actually had post-it notes and I legitimately posted them here. Oh. And I'm not even following it. I'm more just trying to get my mindset back into doing it again. It's not even really the fact of like, oh yeah, woo, I'm streaming. It's more just get myself back in the mindset of it. And to not hesitate to hit the record button or get distracted by other things, but that's beside the point. No, funny thing is, actually, I think I did have a bit of a wake-up call a while back about things. the big thing was like, man, you really only talk about like work and things like that, and it kind of took me a second to be like, you know, you're more right than I would like to admit on that front. So I kind of took a whole like mindset of like changing this, like my whole entire mindset on that front was just like, what to do to kind of fix that problem little by little. So one of the things I did was do a bit more baking and whatnot, just something, just get my mind off things, get away from things for a little bit, have other things to talk about with other people, like, oh yeah, you talk about like this one thing, it's like, yeah. It's also helped with like talking to other people and things like that, I mean, a lot of stuff I do watch, I don't really feel comfortable talking about with them because it's hard for me to gauge if they would care about it. It's kind of one of those weird things where I'm not sure, where it's like, do they care about that? I don't know. So that was always the big thing for me. It's like, do they even care about that stuff in the first place? So I'm just kind of looking and see how long this is probably going to take. So it's probably going to take... I'll probably get this done in a little over an hour, hopefully. I kind of want it to only be an hour. I forgot how long this takes. It also depends on the encounter rate. Oh, yeah. I was like, wait a second, what? I'm not that early. I'm not that far in this quest yet. Boy, that'd be wild if it was that quick. I'm literally one experience away. Come on, game. But yeah, since a lot of stuff I've talked with VTubers, and I'm always concerned where it's like, do these people I know care or know anything about it? So I'm always nervous about talking about that kind of stuff unless if like they show interest in it. So I'm like, yeah, I've always been not sure about that one. It's like, would I care about? Would I know if people care about that? And like most of the time, especially with where I am, is like, nah, most people don't, or probably wouldn't, or they'd be like, yeah, So, kind of one of those. So, been slowly finding other hobbies to do. And again, most people don't really know how to make content, do content creation and all that either. So. And I mean, content creation to me right now is just, a fun little hobby. And if I have fun with it, yeah, I'll call it a win. I don't even have to finish making it most of the time. Sometimes it's just me working on it. I just like to have a fun little time, I have gotten a little bit better at Adobe, though, with this game. The simple things, But that was one of the things, like, I've also been meaning to get back into playing Celeste again, but I think the most interesting part of that and the hype for that one's for me is kind of gone, but I do want to watch it. I do want to play it. I do want to play it more. Yeah, my mom. I also love getting. It's also great getting tricked about when it be like, oh hey, what are you doing this week? I'm like, I'm not doing much this week. What are you doing? It's like, oh hey, you want to go do a thing? And it's like, sure. And then it's like, oh, I have to do heavy lifting for someone. It's like, oh, lovely. It's great. Oh, so I spent an entire Saturday last weekend just doing that. That was lovely. That was a very fun way to spend a Saturday, where, yeah, they intentionally left out like all the details of what it was. Just like, oh hey, you want to go help me out do a thing? It's like, yeah, sure, I'll help. And then it's like, oh yeah, you gotta do heavy lifting. It's like, I will say, that was not fun to deal with. Church fuse, very heavy. Oh, those things are heavier than I thought they'd be. I love watching that. Yeah. I will say, also having a quest like this, yeah, there's a reason why these quests never come up any time after the first game. There's no reason to these things in later games. Because if you're gonna grind, and yeah. Otherwise, it's just basically, yay, ooh, look. And then, you know, later games also have better ways to fix this problem too, of just, you know, spending your time in an area, being like, oh yeah, you can gain levels. Like Etrian Odyssey 5 has a combination you can do to get rare enemies plus constant encounters for like no resources. It's pretty awesome. No. Stupid flowers. One day has been finished. I've also been playing a lot of different games too. Octopath Traveler, I was playing a bit of Tactics Ogre. Jeez, Tactics Ogre was rough. I was not expecting that to be the way it was. It was fun, I was having fun with it, I just didn't get very far yet. I also wasn't expecting the game to kind of kick my butt as bad as it was. Also kind of learning how the mechanics of that game was very different from what I was expecting, because I was expecting like, oh, it's exactly like Final Fantasy Tactics. It looks like it. What you gotta do is like how things are handled is very different. It's like, yeah, you still have like a few turns where it's like if your allies go down before they completely die, you know, the whole bleeding out thing. Surprised I haven't had my friends be like, oh, hey, you want to play Apex from the season, since it's new season and all that, and kind of want to go through that here sometime. That'd be great. And, you know, play with them. Probably won't be streamed, but who knows? I might. We'll see. Yeah, I do need to get more mindset and be like, oh, hey, I want to stream this day because I'm going to do that. And I just need to stop hesitating and just do it. Set up stuff, hit the play button, hit the start streaming button, set the things up, because you gotta do that for YouTube, which is something I'm not used to, because Twitch is just like, oh, you just hit the go live button and there you go. Now with this, you gotta set up a bit of stuff. You can kind of set up stuff, but not the same. Freaking birds. Bird. Looks like my cat. He likes being around me all the time now. Oh boy, full inventory. Let's go. I think this is the point where I'd have someone to chat with me, you know, just for fun. Who knows? I'm actually halfway expecting just to get like a message or something that being like, yeah, you want to do it? And it's like, oh boy, here we go again. Flowers, why? No, let's see here. Etrian Odyssey 4, I think, had an encounter rate boost. Tutors always had Divinity. But then again, 3's also very weird in this game, in the series. I don't know. 3's, I feel like, more the mechanics that kind of stuck around a lot kind of happened. 2 is the black sheep of the series, and it is very clearly why. The mindset of that game is so different. Like, there's pretty much like one generally accepted total party that like handles most everything. It's just like, yeah, you're little anything else after that for the majority of the game. But then again, in game, Etrian honestly, it's like post game is what I should clarify. Is like there's a very different mindset you got to go into that. You need specific builds almost to handle some of the stuff. In the first 2 games are pretty bad about it. Like, I think the party I have could handle most things. Well, kind of. I should clarify, it's kind of thing. So, for example, like, Troubadour is probably going to be mostly the same. I don't see that changing too much. The launch neck's probably going to be the one that changes the most, I feel, if I remember correctly. If I did continue... Well, if I did do post-game, which I probably will do post-game. It's just whenever I do it. I'm just kind of in my own little thoughts right now. I usually don't talk. So, man, people who like knew me in real life and realize that I do content creation with like talking all the time, would be so confused because I'm super quiet normally. So they'd be like, "You do content creation and talk a lot? What?" I think I had someone kind of put it in the best way for me. It's like, yeah, you just need the right topic to talk about. Then you'll, like, do well on that front. It's just like, that's probably the best way to put it. Just like, I need to have something that I know people will be comfortable talking about. It's just like finding common topics to talk about, which is not always easy to do for me. It's kind of one of those where it's just like, yeah. I actually don't remember how many levels gain here. I'll probably gain like 3, 4 levels. Probably 4. Okay, so I'm just looking at how much time it's been. Oh, I'm only in the evening with the second day. Oh, right. Yeah, there's a reason why people just do the short method instead. I said I was gonna do it. I'm staying with what I said. Maybe I should have been on Discord or something like that to see if anyone was on, but I don't think anyone was on. Yeah, well. They know I do this stuff. I've told them. So, I just let them know, being like, oh, I'm on stream. Don't say anything you don't need to be saying on. Yeah, like personal information and whatnot. That's usually what I mean. I actually did consider having a bit to drink today, but a bit of like alcohol. I was thinking about it, but I'm just like, nah. I got some things I want to do after stream that I can't really do on stream, like a bit of physical exercise, you know, normal. I got a decent amount of stuff. It's, you know, the small size equipment, so I have a little pedal bike that I put on under the desk, which I like doing, but I don't want to do it on stream just because it won't make sound, and we don't need that here. We don't need making unnecessary sounds. Maybe, who knows? I was actually wondering if that looks like a caught. That'd be funny. Now I'm kind of thinking about it. I should have had my friends help me out with the YouTube streaming side things, because if there is chatting and whatnot, I haven't seen it. I mean, so I mean, if there is, there is. If not, eh. Eh. I will say one thing I was kind of liking that I was doing was I kind of mentioned like the difficulty differences, but I was kind of glad I decided eventually just to show it, kind of the difficulty differences. Though the unfortunate consequences, my secondary party kind of went crazy on the levels because I was like, oh hey, I'll watch something on the side for like 10-15 minutes while I do this in picnic mode on my secondary party. And then they overleveled. Whoops. So I don't really need to do anything with them for like the rest of the game. Why have so much money at this point in the game? That's why I have like 26,000. I don't need it right now. Not saying I don't need it, because I will, because, yeah, some of the stuff gets a little pricey. So yeah, it's more you're just fighting your bank account. At least I'm glad this is the only real grinding session I have left in the game, and then I can pretty much just keep going most of the way, I think. Aside from some small things. I wonder if people have those kind of people where, yeah, where they, talk about being like, oh, hey, you wanna do this thing with me and all? I was like, yeah, sure. 2 days have you now spent in the lush? Wow, that sounds a little weird now that I've said it. 2 days have you now spent in the lush green forest? Your deal's end is still far away. You make a note on the tally sheet. 3 days remaining. Oh. I think I do kind of want to surprise some people. Like one time, it's like, oh hey, you want to do this beach thing, and then just kind of go like all in, or or it's like, cause I just sound like this, just normally, and then I just go like, oh, or just like this grand over the top speech just to be funny. I don't know. I thought it'd be funny. That's kind of one of those things where I'm like, this sounds fun to do, just to like catch people off guard. You can like, wait, you can do that? It's like, you wanted to do that? All right, sure. But I don't know. Part of me wants to do it. Part of me is like, nah. I don't know. Maybe I'm a bit more prankster in my head than I think I am. Who knows? I could be entirely wrong. Yeah, maybe I get a bit more prankster mentality in me than I think I do. Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. Thanks, game. Appreciate it. Good to know we still have annoying enemies in this area. No matter what you do, huh? Oh, one of the games I played a while back and actually fully beat, well, mostly, was Persona 3 Reload. I enjoyed it. It was very fun. I never actually fully beat that game before. I messed up, unfortunately, and missed a very, very Small amount of social links. I missed 2 entire levels of one social link. Those who played the game, it's the exact one you think of. It's the last one. I basically had to make a choice between like, I can finish up everyone else's, or finish the last one, but still miss like one or two of one or two other social links. I also forgot how much certain things block you from finishing other things on the social link aspect. I still need to go back and finish it because New Game Plus is ridiculously easy. Because it's meant to be like, oh yeah, you don't have... It's meant for you to get every social link at that point without too much effort. I messed my planning up a little bit on that game. I was also wanting to do Merciless in that mode, but for New Game Plus, just be like, yeah, just give myself something, but it's like, no, you don't get any. Don't get like any of the real New Game Plus benefits. And I was like, it's... So it's just one of those where it's like, yeah, New Game Plus is a thing, but there's really no point. There's no reason to. I did like the leveling. I did like the change of the leveling system because the original game was so easy just to like ignore like half the party members because you got them too late in the game, or they just fell off so hard after a while just because you couldn't really use them for very well, because it was like, oh, this area is just really bad for this party member because it hits their weakness enough. It's just like, well, then you kind of can't really use them because then they're so far behind in levels and they just die to like any normal attack, because the level scaling in that in a lot of earlier Atlas games that have kept that to a point is a little harsh. So they're just so in the risk of like getting one shot that you basically just picked your other 3 party members pretty early on and just ignored the rest. There's no reason to use a lot of the other characters. So the thing that they added was like, you can pick any 2 of your party members and get them up to the main character's level again, which was, in my opinion, such a smart thing to do. I really enjoyed that change. And it wasn't like a guaranteed thing either, which I kind of liked. So it was just like, you still have to look for it. So it's just one of those, whenever you got the benefit, it's like, it's really nice, but it's not like abusive, kind of. But you can still get your other party members caught up, which is the important part. Because, yeah, let's see here. I think I had an issue with, like... I think it was Mitsuru I had an issue with, where she just, like, fell off pretty hard, because I just kind of didn't use her whenever she kind of came to the party. I think that was the problem. Oh, wait, no, it was Junpei. No, kind of thing. It was actually Junpei. But man, I will say, the changes that they had for the system really helped Junpei out a lot. Because I remember Junpei being not the best originally, and now he's, in my opinion, one of the better party members. Kind of crazy. Especially near the end of the game. Junpei is incredibly good at the end of the game. Just mostly because the game... I feel like the persona system is just really beneficial for physical fighters near the end of the game, just because physical damage just scales so much higher than magic damage. It's not even funny how much bigger of a scaling it does. It's a little weird. I guess I'll go back to Apex for a little bit now. I'm kind of thinking about it. The new seasons, I haven't really seen too much of the new changes yet. I actually do want to go into a chat room with my friends and see it. Mess around with the new hero, new legend a little bit. That's gonna be rough. That's gonna define a lot of things. I'm not sure how much I like it, because having an ability to go through walls, a little abusive. It's kind of one of those where it's just like, well, you're not really going to look at walls too much, so, you know, I don't know how loud it is if you're like hearing someone else go through, which I think is going to be an important part. Because if it's like super loud and like anyone can hear it, it's not as big of a benefit as I would think, but it's one of those I need to test with. I don't know if I'll message them tonight about that thing. That might be a tomorrow thing. We'll see. Well, let's see here. Their tactical is the thing I think most people are looking at over anything else. Let's see here. Her totem that has anyone teleport back to them, back to that point is pretty nice. It's kind of an emergency. Get either the team caught up or get someone back that's a spot, which should be very helpful. I mean, I don't have the character unlocked. I just messed with him in firing range just to see. So that's one of those. We'll need more testing. I have people who will have the character unlocked. Just kind of looking at things. I probably won't have the character unlocked for a little bit. I'm probably the next character I do unlock. But I've got most characters at this point. Especially since I, go out of my way to purchase things. I still got a long ways to go before I feel comfortable in that game to do a lot with. Still feel like I'm not that good at Apex, or those FPSs, honestly. Then again, I never really focused myself on doing a lot of FPS games. I'm not bad to stream, it's just like, eh. But I will say, I'm glad this actually is working. So I guess I should clarify. I did try doing this like a few weeks ago, and whenever I was trying to connect to YouTube, it just was not having it. Like, I tried numerous times, messed with a bunch of settings, tried setting it up, tried setting new ones up, new casting rooms up. Nothing was working. I was like, I'll give it one more try. One of these days. One more try! In due time. So, this is... yeah, like I said, I meant to do this... Well, also, it's like, yeah, I meant to do this, yeah, X amount of time ago. Yeah, I keep forgetting, and there's been multiple times where I just, like, literally fell asleep. On an interactive gameplay. Yeah, the whole putting everyone to sleep's pretty annoying. Yeah. You wander the forest, growing weary as another day of survival begins. Mark the day on your tally sheet. 2 days remaining. Alright. We're a little over halfway. Oh, I love this. This was such a smart thing to do for a game. Where basically like, hey, you want to go do the side quest? You gotta grind. It's like, thanks guys. I love it. It's amazing. I mean, I guess there's worse spots in the game you could grind. I also feel like by this point you would have most everything you want, and I feel like if you did it anywhere, I'd probably put it like on basement floor 3 before you'd fight Finn. Or just like right around that time, because I feel like that'd be the point you'd want to grind. It'd give you like a really good piece of gear, like almost for second stratum levels to last you like a really long time, maybe. But I mean, kind of with where I am as a whole, it's just like, nah, no one can. By this point, it's like you've already got your setup, at least somewhat decently online. So in my opinion, it's just one of those, just like, it's too late and the reward's not even that good. So yeah, I kind of just put this just the just chatting thing. One of the games I do want to play with friends here, one of these times, I just want to get that done. I just want to do it just because it sounds fun. I want to play beat 'em up with them all. I think I know the one we probably play is Hollow Break, but I've got other ones I could play with them. Let's see, I bought the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game once, so it was pretty fun. So I was like, you know what, that sounds fun, and just I do that a lot where I buy games and be like, ooh, this sounds fun to do X or Y with, and then I just don't do much with them. I did the Axolotl, Hollow Knight, I don't know what my Steam library is fully at this point. I would look, but kind of can't really show it without pausing the game, and I don't really want to do that. This quest goes on for long enough. We don't need anything else to extend this thing out. But yeah, no. Beat 'em up sounds like a lot of fun. I've always liked beat 'em up games. You know, everyone's gotta have one of those dumb fun games where it's just like, you know what? It's like something that's like so simple, you don't. It's like story, you don't care. Yeah, just have a premise, enough to get the game going, and there you go. I guess that's why Vampire Survivors work so well. You know, kind of think about it. Vampire Survivors, Hollow, Cure. There's a bunch of them. The Vampire Survivors is the one that popularized it, to be fair. I just don't know Hollow Cure because VTuber stuff, VTuber fan and all that. Yeah. I was just like, those games are just kind of fun. Just to be like, yep. Just kind of don't care, just go for it. But yeah, it's one of those like, that's what I like about the roguelike games. They're really fun for just streams. I still can't really, like I said, I have a bunch of them where I'm like needing to get into, and I know I've got enough steam in me, especially after work, to only really stream for like 2 hours, and then after that I'm like, oh, where everything is just done. Oh, I guess that's what happens when you have a mostly physical job. Which, to be fair, I actually do like having a physical job. I don't mind moving around so much. Actually, I prefer it. Because I've done cubicle jobs before, and ooh, no. I need to move around a bit. And it kind of works out pretty well for me. I like it. Like I said, the physical job's nice. I know some people are like, oh, that's horrible for you. It's like, man, it's either that or just have a job that makes you sit around for like, you know, forever. And she's like, no, I'd rather move around. Just looking at my cat down here. Hear me? He's just sleeping. He's a sleepy boy. I actually need to grow more cat grass for him, but that shouldn't take me too long to do. I have the resources for it. Yeah, I bought cat grass for him. He loves this stuff. He's actually getting into my plants I was growing recently. Yeah, so that's one of the things I was doing, kind of as a little side hobby. You know, I'd be like, ooh, let me grow some plants. Apparently I have more of a green thumb than I thought, because I put a bunch of seeds being like, oh, none of them's gonna grow, really. I'll get like maybe 1 or 2. Yeah, I think they all grew, and then they, you know, kind of fought for the same spot a little too much, and yeah, so I gotta redo this. Oh, it's unfortunate. So I gotta redo it and put in a lot less seeds. But I'll probably get like an actual setup rather than just using a couple things I just used for makeshift planted pots. Be like, yeah, that'll work. So, you know, maybe like little starter pod things, and then just put it into a planter afterwards. That'd probably be a lot smarter, because yeah, whenever we first did it, I was impressed by how much it was growing, and then I kind of just looked at it a little bit recently today, and yeah, I don't think it's gonna be able to, like, the gigantic bunch of like plants in a tiny little makeshift potted plant just kind of didn't work very well, because I think almost all of them grew. So that might be a thing I'll do, but I don't really know if I have the space for it. We'll see. It's been kind of my problem lately. Well, I mean, actually kind of looking around, I could probably make it work. I just have to adjust some things. Let's see here. I'm just looking around my place. Shouldn't worry too much about it. All the birds, shouldn't you be sleeping? You're a bird. You guys don't stay out at night, silly thing. But yeah, no. I might just have to redo my planting. It might be the best way to do it, just with what I have. Because I actually have two. One was kind of a whole set thing. I originally had it all planted out perfectly fine, put it out on the windowsill to get some extra sunlight. And then I take the time to, let's see here, pull the window back down because it was becoming night. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll do that. I accidentally, whenever I was doing that, I put my hand into it and dumped the entire thing out. I was like, oh. So that was a fun process to clean up. Thankfully, I bought a new vacuum. Cat hates vacuums though, so he runs pretty heavily whenever I do vacuum stuff. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like the vacuum. Oh my goodness. I take that one in my own hands. Alright, first healing springtime. Probably didn't need to do that, but why it's there. I do like the easy out option if you just wanted to do the easy out option on this one, I guess, but Yeah. Also, the most frustrating part about this quest is there's really no way to save exactly. You just kind of have to commit whenever you do this. Which I think is kind of wild when they do this on stream. Just be like, yeah. So it was designed back in the early DS era. So around like 2005, 2006. I don't remember when the Etrian Odyssey first came out. Like I said, I love the series. I don't remember everything. Let's see here. Let's see here. Was there any Etrian Odysseys after Untold? Because I think Untold was what was the one where it had all of them? Where it was like essentially like the combination pack one? Was that the one after 5? I don't remember. I'm just kind of mostly just detailing thoughts in my head here. It is what it is. But yeah. Played a lot of 2. Played a decent amount of 1. Like I said, this is a series I love playing just kind of on the side while watching something else. So it's like, oh yeah, I have a video on the side on like YouTube, for example. It's just like, oh yeah, let me play this game on the side. You know, just turn volume off, just watch the video on the side. You know, it's kind of what I did a lot. Yeah. It was good times. I remember those times. We're just like, I just had the DS in my hand, just played Etrian Odyssey, just watched the video and side. You know what? I had fun. Simple choice. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna go back to Octopath Traveler. I'm just kind of jumping around everywhere. My mind wanders, if you couldn't tell. But yeah, for Octopath Traveler, my favorite thing in the Octopath series is just kind of like, if you can get to like areas you really have no reason to, the game rewards you heavily. Where it's just like, oh, you got to like this town where the enemies around you are like twice the level you should be. You know what? Here you go. Here's a good equipment if you can afford it, or, you know, yoink it or whatever. Two's better about that. One, you could easily just abuse everything. Outside the labyrinth, you realize another day has passed. The ordeal is nearly over. Resolve to see it through. Mark it on your tally sheet. 1 day remaining. And as I tally that, there's another battle. But yeah, I've been having fun with Octopath Traveler 2. It's not a difficult game, like, at all. I found the setup I liked. And I kind of just went crazy with it. Even though I kind of intentionally banned one of the party members from being in my original party because I knew they were too good. Because I kind of realized how good they would be, and I wasn't wrong. They ended up being considered the best party member in the game. Very easily. Hikari is insane. So for my physical dealer, I chose Ochette instead, and you know what? She's still not bad off. She's still really good. It's just like, yeah, you can't top whatever Hikari can pull for GPS numbers. Yep. Yeah, I know a lot of people don't really like the dancer character in that game. I can see why. Who did I pick? It was Ochette, Throne. Jeez. Who's a merchant guy? And then I picked the priest, who I kind of just picked just to balance the party out a little bit. Wasn't really expecting that to be my pick, but it is what I picked. One of those where it just kind of worked out that way. And I'm just gonna... So basically what I'm gonna do is what a lot of people do in that game, is where it's just like, you go through the stories of the 4 party members, go back, switch all the party members out, and then play the rest of the game with the other 4, except now you have insanely good equipment to fly through the stuff. Yeah, I know there's the skits equivalent, I forget what they're called. It's like Travel or something. Yeah, I love those things. Like Travel Banter or something like that. I don't know what it was called. But yeah, I like it. And it's like, yeah, I could do that to switch the party members around all the time, but this is like, that would take forever. I have better things to do. Yeah. I put it on Japanese voice acting because, you're trying to learn a language. You might as well try to hear it too. Still trying to learn it. It's one of those where it's just like, I need to just stop hesitating and just do it. Kind of my problem with a lot of things. It's just like, just do it! What are you doing? Just do it! Oh, man. Yeah. I need to stop overthinking. Just, yeah, like I said, stop overthinking. Just, who cares? Stop preparing. Just do it. What are you doing? That's all you're doing is preparing. Oh, I guess I should talk about my thumbnail. I kind of wanted to make it simple because I wanted it to be silly and kind of like a not very serious thing. Because the stream's honestly more of a half test, half just doing this kind of deal. It's like I said, I wanted to make sure that this dude, in case I wanted to stream YouTube a lot more, so I just made like a silly thumbnail. I was like, you know what? We'll make it silly. Who cares? I like my thumbnail. It's a silly thumbnail. Don't ask. I'm not the artist. Other people in my family are the artist, okay? I am not at all the artist in my family. If anything, I'm having them help me out as long as I get some things done. Yeah. Oh. If I actually, just don't let my dreams be dreams, just do it. Probably convince. Probably talk to someone about doing a thing. It could potentially involve streaming in a way. Let's just put it that way. But yeah, my goals for this year is to slowly kind of do things that, I would like to do more often. Things away from, like, certain things. Just go into my hobbies a lot more. Take more time off because I need to. It's kind of that. I've been way better about that this year than I have pretty much ever. Get away from, like this one thing, focus on other things I want to do. Pick things up. Because that was the thing I had an issue for a while. It's like, it's kind of just stuck, just kind of going, do this one thing, and then just kind of loading, drifting, loading. Is that the best way to put it? I think that's the best way to put it. Just kind of just vibing? No, vibing's not the best way to put it. Just, yeah, drifting, I think is the best way to put it. No real goals, no real anything. Yeah, that's kind of been my goal for this year. Not been a quick thing, like I said. It's not quick. It's a slow process. But you know what? Kind of one of those where it's like, it's slow, but you know what? I'll make it work. But yeah, that's kind of one of these things where it's like, you know what? Not the creation. You know what? I'm not here for the numbers, not here for the views. I'm just here to have a good time. You know what? If I like just talking into an empty corner with a microphone on, so be it. But yeah, I wanted to, record stuff and have my friends kind of look at the stuff so we can like improve our playing in Apex. You know what? Sure. You realize, oh, maybe we shouldn't have did this move here. Maybe we should have held back, or maybe maybe it's like, oh yeah, that didn't work right. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what I do a little more in video making, because honestly, I don't know if therapeutic in a way. It's not the most interesting thing to do, but you know what? It's one of those. It's a simple, enjoyable fun, but it is, well, it's not the most interesting thing. I'm not gonna lie. Not sure if you heard that, but I guess that was a firework or something. At least I sure hope that was a firework. Jeez. I woke my cat up too. You okay, kitty? Okay. I have no clue what that song was, but I was hoping it's just a firework someone just launched when they shouldn't have. But yeah, one of the storms actually did knock my internet out for a while. That was a fun experience. I mean, I still managed, but yeah, no. Hopefully the majority of the storms are finally over. Or at least for a little bit, because please, I'm so tired of them. They slowed me down on things I wanted to do for too long. Please, I don't need another. Please, weather, please deal with me, okay? Oh, I forgot to mention, I did buy a Steam Deck. It kind of worked. It's kind of a nice thing just to lay down with. Like one of my... It's like one of those things where it's just like, you know, maybe I don't want to be at my desk playing games. Maybe I just want to be on my couch playing games. It's like, I got a Switch too, but it's just like, sometimes I just want to play stuff on Steam, you know? You get it? You get what I mean? Hopefully. But yeah, no. My kid loves cuddling up to me in that way. Whenever I do something like that, this is one of those simple joys. Okay, I think he's starting to relax again after that sound just went off. Oh my. Oh, I'm so glad to be almost done here. Oh, okay. I'm looking at time. A little more than an hour. You know, that sounds about right. Yeah. I'm glad I fully committed to this, finally. I sure hope the heck this worked. I'm looking at the statuses, it says it's fine, I think. Certainly sure hope it is fine. But yeah, I guess I should explain why I'm not on like Twitch anymore. I don't know. I just couldn't vibe with Twitch anymore. So it's just like, at this point I'm just like, I'm not supposed to click on YouTube. I do more stuff on... I don't really watch anything on Twitch anymore. So content creators on Twitch, sorry. I just don't have any interest in doing anything on there anymore. I don't know. It was just stuff I didn't really seem to care too much about anymore. So yeah. So I was like, well, might as well just figure out how YouTube streaming works. So that's kind of what I did here. Anyways, as a new day dawns, you note with satisfaction that the difficult ordeal is at an end. You've completed your 5-day survival training with flying colors. And flying colors we shall do. Alright. Since we have done that, I have gained 5 levels. Oh, yeah. To say that wasn't a lot is an understatement. Okay, hold on. But yeah, like I said, do I want to do that? But yeah, I'm gonna work on this here. We're gonna put all that into Tornado because I'll be needing Tornado here pretty soon, I think. Spinner's max, it's supposed to care about. Did I max this? No, I did not. But yeah, Fortify is literally for this. Nothing else. I don't think anyone ever uses Fortify. I think everyone uses Defender and that's it. Hold up. Do I need first turn yet? I don't need first turn just yet. Oh. We're going to max that out. And then I'm going to... Oops. No. Could unbind. Oh. Yeah. Well, 10 points just to restore 5 TP per turn. Lol. No one ever does that. What else was I going for here? I forgot what I was wanting here. I think I would want that. Alright. And I've done all that. We're going to do that. Sell all the stuff. Well, that I was able to fit in my inventory because, yeah. I actually got an item from all that. What? Huh. So I actually can. We'll worry about that later. Oh! Well, I guess that makes my job a little bit easier. But, the important part, we finished the Explorer's Guild trial. Got the hauberk. It's been 5 days already. Welcome back, kids. Way to hang in there. Everyone's in town talking about how Zephyr was able to complete that trial. Nice going. Alright. Now that I've done that, we're gonna save. Yeah, we'll save. Yeah, 5 levels later. Alright, now, like I said, that was only for this purpose, was completing the Explorer's Guild trial. Now that I've done it, I will be calling that a stream. This is kind of a weird video recording thing that kind of worked in my favor. But next time, we'll be fully exploring the basement floor 10. What dangers will await us there? Well, we'll find out what's in the next actual video. This whole thing was a little bit of a weird scuff setup that should have worked better. Anyways, this is Last J saying, see you guys later. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.